Oh, it's recording.
I think you should just leave it recording and we'll just like...
Should we just call it like live chats?
Woo! Hey. I'm doing love.
Hey guys! Welcome back to my channel, or if you are new then welcome. Today I'm here with
Holla.
and today we're having some dinner. So we're going to have some gnocchi and we're going to have live chat.
Gnocchi.
Yes, vegan gnocchi. So potato and a little bit of herb, you know. We're going to have a live chat video, so just talking from everything from guy advice to just any advice about life that we have. So grab yourself something to eat and let's get into the video. Ooh. Oh, that's cool. First topic that we're going to do or talk about is how to know when a guy is using you. Or it could be reversed of how a girl's using you, but we're just going to say guy for the purpose of this video because it's a little bit easier, I guess. So what's like your top tip of how to know whether a guy's using you?
Wow. Just like mind blank.
First of all, we're going to start by talking about
seeking out a relationship or any kind of thing when you're lonely.
So pretty much like I feel like, I mean, I know
it's a common thing.
Yeah, I know I've been in that situation before. Sometimes you might feel lonely, or like maybe not even lonely, but like if you're not talking to any guys at the time and then a guy starts to show you attention, that sometimes you...
And it doesn't matter if he treats you well or if he's...
Yeah, or if
you have anything in common with him.
Like sometimes you just talk to that person because, like, not in a bad way, but you're kind of seeking the attention, and I don't mean it by you're attention seeker, you're just enjoying having someone else give you attention.
Yeah.
And I think if you start in a relationship or whatever you may have, if you start off with those ideas, then you're probably going to settle.
And also, like, that usually just turns into friends with benefits because generally they don't want anything more.
Yeah.
But because it's any kind of attention, you don't care.
Yeah, exactly. And then you might figure yourself saying, I mean, I know I've said it before to friends, you're just like, oh yeah, like, I'm seeing this guy, like, it's really casual, but I want it as well. And then maybe, like, deep down you might not want it in a way. I think before you can find someone, you have to be honest with yourself. Is this a person that I could see a future with? Or like if you're after friends with benefits, then obviously just do that. But like if you want something more, like you gotta make sure.
You have to be content with yourself before you go looking for external.
100%. I don't know how to put it.
Then it's a bad time to look for something.
Yeah.
Because it's like covering up a wound.
Yeah.
Not a wound, like in a comparison, putting a band-aid on something that when it's not actually, you're just kind of covering up the fact that you're lonely, but it's not actually going to fix it.
All past relationships or, you know, encounters with guys, all of the ones that have actually turned into good things or like ended in a nice way have been those that came from a time when I wasn't looking for anything. It's kind of like you're not looking and then it's like bing, and that's when someone comes in and then you're just like, well, you just fucked up my plan.
Yeah, you didn't expect it.
With yourself, make sure that you're not just, you know, going out with them with loneliness. And sometimes you might not even realise at the time.
That's so true though. The more you search for it, that's almost like the more you only need to be looking after yourself and not looking for someone else.
I agree. Big thing for me personally, because like, I mean, I think kind of I've been through it, a couple of my friends have been through it, and I always give this advice of that don't settle for anything. Like if a guy is treating you like shit, call him out on it. And it's the same, like if you're a guy out there and a girl's treating you like shit, call them out on it. A lot of the times like it may turn into an argument, obviously like an issue.
If you can't call someone out on their shit and then them not be okay with maturely talking about it, then
like sometimes he would just be like really rude, or like if I didn't respond, then like he would get mad at me, but then if he didn't respond, then like if I got mad at him, then he would kind of like turn it into it's my fault type thing.
Double standard. Or
you get into anything, I mean obviously if it's just, you know, friends with benefits, and it's different. Like if you want a relationship with someone, or you're like, you know, you're kind of ready for a relationship, either write it down or think of like all the qualities that you want in a person.
Yes.
Because because then you can be like,
that's what
like old mate Johnny over here, like he might tick most boxes, but then you might be like, I don't know, like a real deal breaker if you don't have it set before, you may be like, oh, it doesn't matter, but like.
But also, if you're writing it out, you're kind of putting out the intention to meet that kind of person. Like, you've got it, you can see it and be like, okay, that's actually, and also not just writing out like looks, like actually like things like genuine, compassionate, empathetic, honest,
like humour,
funny, whatever it is.
Like how they treat you says a lot about a person. Even how they treat their friends and stuff. Like if you see that they're really rude to their friends, and like what's to say it wouldn't happen to you. That if you gather anything, make sure you're not settling. Think about what you want out of someone.
What you deserve.
Make sure you're not just settling to be in a relationship just because, you know, you want a relationship.
You want companionship,
yeah,
presence there.
Yeah, and it's not fair on someone else if you're just in a relationship with them just to be in a relationship. Like,
because they could be really interested in you, but you're only wanting them there because they make that emotional, like, you know.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know when a guy's using you. He's blunt, like he doesn't put a lot of effort into when he communicates with you. He doesn't make much effort to get to know you beyond things that he wants. It's always his way or the highway. And also, this doesn't just have to mean like using you sexually. It could also be like using you emotionally. Like, I've had that before, guys, like, you know, love the, because women are like, you know, emotionally, you know, talking about feelings. So when they kind of sense that the way they communicate with you.
Oh, 100%. Especially if they show a lot of interest at first and then back off and like barely speak to you. I think it's always like a good indication. I mean,
it's a pretty obvious thing.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
I think there's kind of like a blurred line as well, because it kind of gets difficult because it depends on like your situation, whether like you have the intent of just being friends with benefits or anything. But I think if kind of you're thinking longer term with the guy, if he's only wanting to catch up at night time, I think that's a really good indication that like may just be for like sexual reasons. I mean, it could just be like he works all day, so. But yeah, like if he shows you a lot of attention in the beginning and then not so much afterwards.
Only kind of chooses to talk to you when he wants to talk to you.
Yes, yeah, like it's always chatting on his terms or always catching up on his terms, yeah. I think also like if you don't really meet, I mean obviously, you know, there's always exceptions, but like if you don't meet his friends, then it's kind of like you're like the side hoe or something.
That is a big, his parents, you don't really know what his life's like.
Yeah.
Oh my god, yes. You don't really, like, he'll happily kind of,
got my jumper and pasta.
Want to hang out with girlfriends either. But especially if you don't like see his parents, his house, his friends.
Yeah, I think friends is a big thing. It's like if I was like interested in a guy long term, like I would introduce you guys, just to sort of see your viewpoints and everything. Because I feel like if your friends don't like the guy that you're with, it's a really big indication that something's wrong.
Yeah.
I mean, it could just be that your friend's a bitch. But I think if like the majority of your friends don't really get along with him, then it's kind of like, how are you going to hang out in like a social setting? Because then it, like personally for me, I would hate it because then I would always feel like I can't go to things with him.
Yeah. No friends and like whoever you're seeing getting along is a huge thing.
Yeah.
So you've done something right.
Yeah, and you're like, hey, look what I brought. But then if like your friends like them as well, it's like, look what I got. Like in general, that like if your lives fit together really well, then like that's always like a bonus.
If they don't, both sides have to then make the effort, and if one side's not really making the effort, then it's kind of obvious that like
it's like traveling to them. I mean obviously it's different if like it's like 10 o'clock at night because they're not going to catch the bus for you.
Ubers are fucking expensive, but long distance as well
stuff, because I feel like if you're the one always organising the catch up, like it's a fair indication that like it's the no. Honey, have a bowl of gnocchi and piss him off.
I feel like so many of these are like obvious, but we're only just figuring it out. Like, so the hell didn't we realise that?
No, if your friends point it out to you, then like you're more inclined, like obviously sometimes you just don't listen, you're just like, oh yeah, shush. But like I feel like sometimes then you're like, oh shit, like, wow. It's like a wake up call.
That was me last year.
Yeah.
I was totally oblivious. It was totally
I think we've all been there.
Using and abusing everything about our situation, and it wasn't until you guys said something that I was like, hang on. If your mum doesn't like you, you're fucked up.
Like my parents didn't like the guy, like how do you like bring him home? Like, sorry you can't come, like my parents hate you.
Should we talk about friends with benefits? You're a loser. To be clear from the start that that's what you both want, otherwise blame can come in and be like, well, we didn't talk about this. Get really confused. If you haven't like said I just want friends with benefits, then it gets really complicated.
Decide to be friends with benefits, you got to make sure that you stick to it, because like there's so many situations that like you hear of, and like, you know, two people like doing whatever they do together, and then one person gets attached. As soon as you get attached, you've either got to end it or like talk to them about it and just be like, look, I have feelings.
Communication.
If you're developing feelings and they don't, if they tell you no, then like it'll be easier to like kind of like get over those feelings.
Yeah, sex is such like, it is an emotional, like there's an emotional aspect to it, communicating and like completely shutting off any kind of emotion. And like if you do start to develop feelings, then you can't say anything because that communication isn't there, and then you just feel worse. If you say straight up what you want, then everything's easier from then on.
You have feelings and they're really rude about it, then like obviously you like they're not worth your time type thing.
You still deserve the same respect as if you were in a relationship, obviously.
Especially if it's sexual as well, because like, I mean obviously it depends on the person, but like you don't just go have sex with anybody. So if like you're allowing them into your, as my parents call it, temple, you allow someone into your temple.
Oh, it's kind of true though.
You know, they're a lucky temple goer.
It's true though.
If you're allowing someone to sleep with you, like, lucky you, mate. Like, or lucky girl, either way, you got like a golden ticket. Actually, I haven't seen Willy Wonka, but like,
I'm sorry, what?
Yeah, I haven't seen that Willy Wonka, King Kong. I feel like it would be scary. That Oompa Loompa part.
Oh, that is kind of creepy. Matching.
Oh, cute.
Basic black girls in their grey jumpers and their black leggings.
Matching makeup, oh my god. Goals. Shush.
The thing with friends with benefits, like, people always say that there is, you can have sex and have no kind of connection, but to a certain extent you have to.
Oh, I just burped. And there's joking in my mouth and down.
It's really weird, but as I get older, the more like sex becomes more meaningful. You would think that at the start, older, I'm like, no, this is actually a bit more kind of special. Like, I don't want to just
here you go.
Yeah.
Oh, that word for me, that's like you.
Communication, like if you don't communicate, then all of that stuff gets like ignored, and then one person develops feelings, because that's what usually happens. It all just gets really
messy.
Look
how big that gnocchi is.
That kept happening to me. I was like, oh my god.
It looks like
It's turned into us just eating.
It's a mukbang.
Do you know if he's interested in more than sex? Effort into other things, into your interests. Again, your family, your friends.
I also find if the conversation isn't always sexual based, like if it always gets changed back to something sexual, then I kind of feel like that's like the true colours being shown.
Effort and conversation.
The pasta on my mouth. Little piggy. So it can be hard to tell, especially if you don't have much experience talking to the opposite gender, but like I feel like it's pretty evident when someone's after you for the sexual reasons.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have so many thoughts about this. It's just like, where do you even start?
Yeah. If you could tell your younger self one of them, what would it be?
Ooh. Remember your worth. Like if you don't respect yourself or love yourself or realize how much you're worth, then no one else is going to, and why should they? Because you don't treat yourself that way. Attracting / manifesting the right kind of person. Writing a list of the qualities you want, not like don't go like searching for them. What I was doing, that's why I wasn't, because I was lonely and I just wanted attention.
Aim for the best person that you can, like have high expectations.
Yes.
Not in the thing that like he has to live up to them, but if you have high expectations, then you're going to get a guy closest to that, or girl. You're going to have someone closest to that, and like nobody's perfect, I expect that, but I feel like you're going to get like the best person that you can for you. Oh, another thing for mine is like just getting over when something ends. Like just I think the best thing is like I always think, well, I used to think like, oh, like it's the end, I'm not going to find someone that gets me like he does. You do.
Literally so many.
You find like 10 times better.
Because you learn what you like and deserve and stuff.
best advice that I got given was from Michelle, and she said to me, like, why would you want to be with someone that doesn't want to be with you?
It's hard to swallow though.
Or at the time, I remember I went to my bedroom, I bawled it, like I was crying.
Yeah.
But then I was just like, shit, yeah, like I don't want to be with someone that doesn't want to be with me. Always find someone better, even though you don't believe you will. Always, you always do.
Yeah.
Just take some
I
time.
was gonna say that takes time. And putting out the I deserve
Yeah, better.
10 out of 10 vibes. I feel like you have to go through a few shitty people to get to like learn what you deserve.
Different people, you sort of work out what you do and don't like too. Moving on, don't to yourself like, oh, like I can win him back. Like I wish I was still with him. Whether you ended it with them or they ended up with you, it ended for a reason. Move on.
Yeah.
It's time to find something bigger and better.
Better, definitely.
I'm trying to find your face.
She wants to cuddle, but you just
when you put your hand in my hand, it's like, oh, that's nice, but like, why? I think that's all. Well, thanks guys for watching this video. I hope that if you've enjoyed it, that in some way it might help you or someone that you know, so make sure to share it if you have a friend that might need to hear some of the hard truth. Hard
truths.
Yeah, hard truths.
Hard truths.
And remember, if you're ever feeling sad, just grab a bowl of gnocchi and eat it.
I'm Gonna Get Over You by Sarah Bareilles.
Oh yeah, but
that song
Yeah.
literally saved my life.
Hit the subscribe button. It's always down below, and I hope to see you guys in the next video. And thank you, Laura, for joining me.
Thanks,
and
Jessica.
I'm sure you'll be seeing her in a lot more videos anyway. Alright, have a good night, day,
Afternoon.
brekkie,
Morning.
afternoon, brunch.
I suppose so.
Holla. Oh, I embarrassed myself. Anyway, we're gonna go to the beach and go get some gelato, so we gotta go. Alright, bye guys.
Bye. Oh, where's this?
Yeah.